All right, all right, all right. Let's try to get this episode in. We're 11-7. Have won the first 2 games of the series. Rather easily, I might add. Kind of surprising. I'm going to take Heston out. Everybody else is good. Let's roll with it. Hope everybody's having a good morning.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Major League Baseball on tap on this Thursday night. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Baltimore Orioles.
Let's see. What story should we attack? Talk about the Orioles offense.
It's been pretty remarkable to see what this lineup has been able to do lately. They're putting on a clinic at the plate.
No doubt, Boog.
Putting on a clinic at the plate, you say?
1 through 9. Unlike opposing pitchers, I'm looking forward to seeing another show today.
We're using the long ball. Batting average is okay. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm more of a small ball.
First pitch coming your way next.
I don't like scoring all my runs by the home run.
So just about set now. And on the mound today, Kremer.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Headed towards the corner.
There we go.
Foul ball.
Two over to Thomas.
0-2 now. Up the middle. Holiday. Got him on the off-balance
nice play by Holiday.
One out in the top of the first. Here's the Guardians lineup now.
Good play by
One guy
Holiday.
leading the way offensively for this club right now.
Nolan Jones.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, you know, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice.
Good.
Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Nolan Jones stands in now, looks at that one inside.
Ball one.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike.
Nice pitch by Kremer.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Okay. Got him out in front of the sinker.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Next one in the dirt. 1 out, base is empty.
Come on, Dean.
Now it's 3-2. Swing and a miss.
Nice cutter.
He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Well, even though he strikes out, he saw a lot of pitches and he battled. Plus,
good
gave
pitch
the
for
guys
Kremer.
behind him an opportunity to see more from the pitcher. Not the result he wanted, but that's still a good at bat.
Here's Jose Ramirez.
And a first
Surprisingly, I have pretty much shut down Jose Ramirez in this series.
Now a check swing, but he held up. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two outs. And misses inside. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Come on, Dino.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
He got him.
Throws to first in time. And Ramirez
The umpire
is
said
set
Ramirez
down.
swung. He
Guardians
got
go
him.
down in order. End of a half inning of play. No score.
It's a little bit surprising.
Back here in Baltimore. And towing the slab in this one, Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub 350 ERA. And, you know, guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub 2s, they're dominating. But when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, you know, good season
Here's
last
Jackson
year.
Holiday.
Opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even improve. But I tell you what, this guy's pitching for me and I'm playing in the outfield. I'm loving every minute of it.
And there's a foul ball.
Ball 1.
There we go.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
I'm not saying
Nice
it
pitch.
wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first, heading for 2. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
I'm sure he feels really
Let's
good about that
go.
one. When you connect and it jumps off
Nice
the bat
double by
like that,
Adley.
you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
1 out, runner at second. Gunnar Henderson now at the plate. 2 for 8 in the series so far. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
1 out and a runner at second.
0-1 to Gunner.
Next pitch is outside. Ground ball, and that's through the infield.
Base hit for Gunner. Station to station baseball for the Orioles.
At the corners with 1 out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to him.
Here's Ryan O'Hearn.
And that's
Inside,
off
ball 1.
the inside edge.
Old turn and burn O'Hearn himself.
Now a pop-up on the infield.
Not what I wanted.
Has this one sized up. Drops into the glove. Out number 2. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty
Here's
of
Jordan
chances. There's
Westberg.
nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Base hit for Westberg. Adley will score. And the Orioles are up 1-0 early.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages, working on going to the opposite field.
Let's go.
Translate into the game, but right there
Let's go, Orioles. Let's go.
Now at the plate, Cedric Mullins.
Off the plate, ball
Just
one.
missed.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
And that's a fair ball.
Base hit for Cedric.
One run is in. Coming home. The relay. He beats it.
And he drives in two.
They lead by
3-0 Orioles.
Back base hits. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So runner at second, 2 down. Laureano comes up to hit. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
0-1's the count.
That's
That's a
down
ball.
and in. A slider missed.
1-1.
Went too far that time. It's 1-2.
1 ball.
All sliders
strikes.
so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Liner, base hit. Mullins headed home.
Laureano singles.
It's an RBI single.
And it is 4-0 Orioles.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
This is Dylan Carlson. And that misses. And that's ball 1.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Laureano, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one blasted deep to right. That's back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. So they move out in front after
Almost.
a 4-run outburst. Second inning coming up from Baltimore. It's the Orioles 4 and the Guardians nothing. Second inning set to go. So in now for Cleveland, Kyle Mansarda. Kremer back to work. That's down and in.
He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead, so
0-1,
we
no
should
strike.
see him be aggressive, fill up the strike zone, don't issue free passes.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
1-1.
Swing and a
Pops
pop
him up.
in foul ground.
Westberg's
One
there.
down.
1 down.
Batting fifth, right fielder, Will Brennan.
Will Brennan will hit next. 3 for 8 in the series coming in. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. And ball 1.
Boog, our man Darryl Parker, DP, at home plate for this one. Pretty average size strike zone, but the book on him is that it sort of moves around. You can't always count on how he's going to call it.
Nice catch by Mountie.
He
2 down.
holds it in, 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. And up next for Cleveland, Gabriel Arias. Hitless in the first 2 games of the series. He's 0 for 8. In the air, right.
Arias
field.
gets into
Laureano
one.
trying to get
Ramon
there.
is there.
And that is that?
3 up, 3 down for Cleveland. And the going into the bottom of the second is 2-0 or 4-0 Orioles.
Ryan Mountcastle.
Ryan Mountcastle.
Tap foul at the plate.
And Ortiz's ERA had ballooned to just under 3 to 2.79. It was under 1 at the start of this game.
Kick steals. That's in there, and it's 0-2.
If you're not ready for that pitch, you're just going to swing and miss or pop it up, waste the at-bat. If you're going to let it go, you better be ready to swing it.
In the air, left field. Jones has a beat on it. And
Mountcastle flies out the left.
And there's one down.
Second baseman, Jackson Holiday.
So up next, Jackson Holiday led off the game with a strikeout. Going in.
Here's Jackson Holiday. Takes a first pitch sinker for a strike.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And there's a ball.
Inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Just missed.
3-1 to Jackson.
And he walked him.
That's ball 4.
Jackson takes the
Close
walk
pitch
on a
there, but you
questionable
gotta forget about that call. If
4th
you're
ball
out,
call.
You can't let it affect you going forward. You've got to get out of the inning first, and then if you want to be frustrated, take it out in the dugout.
And that one fouled off. Next offering is in for a strike. Man at first, 1 away. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
foul ball. Foul ball again.
Fouled off, they'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He's having a hard time catching up.
That's out. Two balls, 2 strikes.
In the dirt, but kept close. Holiday.
Let's go, let's go.
Over at
Come on.
first with 1 away. Oh, he hit him.
High, left ball
And that
hit.
got him pretty flush. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
The shortstop.
First and second, 1 out. And now the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar
1-for-1
Henderson
with a
up now with
single and a
2
run
men
scored
on.
so far. The shortstop takes the ball. Movement in the pen for the Guardians. Slade Ciccone up and loosening in the pen.
Ciccone.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Bottom half of inning number 2. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. He makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
And Gunnar flies out the left.
And next is the designated hitter, Ryan O'Hearn.
Designated hitter, Ryan O'Hearn.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Now a long throw home. Tag, not in time. He's safe.
Base hit for
And the lead is
O'Hearn.
up to 5.
Holiday
Looks to be
scores
aggressive.
5-0.
Got something he could handle. Takes an inside pitch and just fillets it over there to left field. And that's all he had to do is get something to the outfield grass to push that run across.
I'll tell you what, a throw to the correct side of the plate.
Out of the dugout now, and he will make a
Jackson
move to
would have
dip
been
into
out.
The Guardians bullpen. Luis Ortiz will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
And Ortiz is gone.
Now pitching for
Slade
Cleveland.
Ciccone will take over here.
44.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Now, Jordan Westberg off the mark there, and it's 1-0.
1-0.
That's ripped. Base hit. Here comes Rutschman around third. He will score. And it's
6-0.
an RBI single, and it's now a 6-run lead. Cedric
All of
Mullins
this with no
next to
home
hit
runs for the Orioles.
Doubled his first
They're
time up.
playing classic baseball.
Hard hit, right side. Handles, throws to first, and they get Mullins for the out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. They put 2 on the board on 2 base hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the... Welcome back.
Leading
Let's
off
take a
for
look
the
at how the
Guardians,
series has
the
played out so
designated
far.
hitter, John Noel.
Big Christmas.
And first offering is fouled off. And that skips in the dirt.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Look at the bigness of Big Christmas.
That one down the line,
that's foul.
and that's just foul. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well, that was a really good job setting him up right there. Pitcher and catcher working together to finish him off with the fastball. And even though the location probably wasn't what he wanted, the sequence is what got the job done. Clearly late with the swing after seeing the off-speed stuff on the pitch before.
Swing and a foul out of play. That misses the zone. 1-2 the count. And that's in the dirt.
Got him.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Pretty nasty cutter right there, and you're seeing that pitch, that location a lot more these days, and you can see why. Very difficult for hitters. I think the great Mariano Rivera can at least partially be credited for that thanks to the career he had with the cutter. It was just dominant. I tell you what, I felt like it was a moral victory whenever I could put that pitch in play. So I can feel for the guy right there walking back to the dugout.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. 9 straight retired here to start the game.
6-0
Orioles 6,
Orioles.
and the Guardians nothing. Back at the ballpark.
Leading
And
off
in
for the
this
Orioles,
series, it has been
right
ugly
fielder,
on the mound as we look at the numbers.
Laureano had an RBI his first at bat.
Line drive. Thomas hauls it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down. So digging in, Dylan Carlson. He's 0 for 1. That's in there. 0-1. Carlson measures 6 feet 2 inches. 26 years old. A former first-round pick back in 2016. He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Naylor throws to first in time. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting.
2 outs, base is
First
empty.
baseman,
Here's Ryan Mountcastle.
Mountcastle.
Here's Mountie.
ground ball left side. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
He's safe.
And Mountcastle's going to reach on an errant throw
Maybe just a
by
little lack of
Jose
concentration on
Ramirez.
that throw. 2 out. You think you've got the play made. Players are starting to move off the field towards the dugout, and then everyone's got to come back. Sometimes you take that throw for granted, and that's all it takes to keep the inning going.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. The throw to third. And the throw's offline. Safe at third. Here's Adley Rutschman singing. The Orioles gave him the largest signing bonus ever. More than $8 million, and you can see why. This guy just oozes with talent.
Yeah, Boog, and if it
Base hit, 1 run in already.
A base hit for Adley. And that error proves costly.
And it's an 8-run lead.
It is 8-0 Orioles.
2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Now it's going to be Gunnar Henderson. That's a laser base hit. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's first and second with 2 out.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now Ryan O'Hearn.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
The only thing Dean Kremer's got to do now is throw strikes. Don't get fancy. Don't walk batters.
Now one
That's ball
miss.
2.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Out there to center. Thomas grabs it on the run. So 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, 1 error, but 2 are left stranded. On to inning number 4. It's the Orioles 8 and the Guardians nothing. Welcome back.
Leading
And
off for the
struggles at the
Guardians,
plate in
center
this
fielder
series as we
Blaine
take a look at
Thomas.
the numbers. First pitch just misses.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset
Pops him
to
up.
attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Carlson hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting.
Now
left
here's
fielder,
Nolan Jones.
Nolan Jones.
His first at bat was a strikeout. And a swing and a miss there.
Well, he's been
0-1
incredibly
the count.
efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
1 down, base is empty.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Good late cut for the strikeout
Now
there.
batting,
That thing
third
really
baseman,
got in on him.
Jose
And,
Ramirez.
you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
1, 2, 3
Makes the
for
grab, and that'll do it.
Dean again.
It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, singing in ballpark entertainment. You got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Cedric Mullins,
batting,
the next to hit for the Orioles.
Mullins had a 2 RBI double in the first.
Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
And the 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. down
One
and
ball,
in, moved his
2
feet.
strikes. That's ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Come on. Come on, Seti.
That
3
one
balls, 2
misses.
strikes.
Full count now. There's a swing and a drive. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. He's in with a double, and that's his second double of the night.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Fastball
Cedric
pretty
Mullins
much
with a
middle,
hard
and
hit
that's what you
double
fall
off the
asleep
right
dreaming
field
about
wall.
as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Not sure why
And
Brennan
second
dove
one
for
away.
it.
Here's Ramon Laureano. 1 for 2. He had an RBI base hit back in the first. High fly ball out towards left field. Way back there.
And that's gone. Laureano with a 2-run shot. The Orioles up 10-0.
The series, and they add to the lead. It's 10-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. No, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough.
Pitching for
The
Cleveland.
Guardians going with a new pitcher,
Number
Hunter
33.
Gass.
And just so everybody sees, so I don't Hall of Fame. Same thing it's always been on.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Fires to first in
Now
time.
batting first baseman Ryan Mountcastle.
Mountcastle now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that's the 3rd out. Baltimore with a 2-run shot this inning. It's now 10-zip. And we're back. New inning getting started. And here's the first baseman, Kyle Manzardo. Swings and misses. And it's 0-1.
You know, these Guardians just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Lost in the offensive explosion the Orioles are having is the fact that Dino is pitching very well.
And they'll do it again. Got him looking. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Will Brennan digs in now. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch misses.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Grounds 1 to short. Henderson over to first in time. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, Boog, we talked about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
Arias in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Laureano going back. Stretches out and holds it in. So 5 perfect innings in the books. It's the Orioles 10 and the Guardians nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5. Jackson Holiday. And that's a little bit high. And that is ball one.
Let's go, Jackson. Come on. It is 10-0 Baltimore.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That one knocks against the fence. And that's a leadoff double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to
Here's
follow.
Adley
So many
Rushman.
positives that led
He's
to
got
that
2
knock.
doubles, 2 runs.
Line drive caught.
Nice swing and good
He was-
solid contact.
he was going for another double right there.
Get into the outfield gap. Maybe a little more backspin.
And now it's going to be Gunnar Henderson. That's in for a strike. One out and a runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. Strike 2.
I think it was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back.
O'Hearn with an RBI single earlier this game.
In the air out towards right center. Thomas sizes this one up, makes the catch, and that is that. Top of the 6th inning.
All right, top of the 6th.
Sean, thanks for joining us. We're in the 6th and nobody out.
Top of the 6th, nobody out. Only 55 pitches thrown for Dean Kremer.
Noel swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time today.
You know, these Guardians.
Mackenzie Newell.
Now he breaks his back.
Big Christmas, as
and
he's called, for
foul
whatever
ball.
reason.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate
1 ball,
with every
2
out the
strikes.
rest of the way.
Ring him up, says Darryl Parker. That's a strikeout.
Now batting.
Bo Naylor at the
Catcher,
plate now.
Bo Naylor.
He's 0 for 1.
Let's go, Dean.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Pitch misses. And that
Come on,
is
Dino.
ball 1. The Guardians still looking for their first hit in this one. Ripped to short. Henderson over to first in time. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Ground ball to the right side. And that's just foul. And the righty deals. Swing and a ground ball. Jump throw across his body. And very nicely done. Yeah.
Another
Do it for the Guardians
shutdown
there.
inning for Dino.
Not looking good. They're down 10-0. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Did you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards. So we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
Fly ball to right. Brennan hauls it in, and there's one away. Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles.
3 doubles in this series, 3 RBIs for Mullins. it would at least appear that
First
the
offering is fouled
Orioles
off.
are on their
One
way
out,
to
base is
winning
empty.
6 straight and back-to-back sweeps of the
Strike
Blue Jays and the
And he
Indians
really
before the
sells the
Reds come to
changeup with
town
that
for
arm
Easter
action.
weekend.
On the ground, right side. Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2. Here's Ramon Laureano.
Good slider inside right
Rays
there. Batter
Ramon
fighting the ball,
Laureano.
just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
First pitch doesn't
exit
find the
side.
zone. Fought off foul.
Hunter Gaddis.
And a foul ball. 1-2 now. To the right side. And that is
He's
that.
out.
Welcome back as we
Leading
take
off
a look at their
Cleveland,
upcoming schedule.
Center fielder Lane Thomas.
Kremer back to work. This to third. And Thomas is out.
Now batting,
There we go. Come on.
Nolan Jones.
Now the left fielder, Nolan Jones. Both 2 in this one.
It's
And
only
1-1.
Well, on
65
the mound,
pitches.
very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
In the air out towards right center. In there, base hit. And the bid for history is gone. Here's Jose Ramirez. That one finds the zone. That's
0-1
strike
count.
1. Man at first, 1 away.
Okay.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he chases that one. Strikeout number 8.
Good late cut for the strikeout
Now
there.
batting,
That
the
thing
first
really
baseman,
got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and
Come on,
maybe
Dino.
get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
0-2 now. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Jones off of first with 2 away.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the dirt. Fouls it off.
Pops him
Still
up.
1-2.
Put into the stands.
That's a little bit low. The Orioles up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7.
The count is full.
Misses, and it's 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
3-2. Fights it off. You'll see another.
Let's go, Dino. Dino.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 2 outs. Liner, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting.
Now it's the right fielder, Will Brennan. Top of the zone for a called strike.
0-1.
And that is out of play. 2 on, 2 outs. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
High fly ball down the left field line. Carlson makes the grab. And that is that. Guardians strand a couple. They're down 10-0.
Pitching for Cleveland.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Matt Vesta.
Matt Vesta.
He's been so good against lefties.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's finish this off.
That's out to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out.
Now
And there's one
batting,
down.
First
Here's
baseman,
Ryan Mountcastle. 0 for 3 in this one.
Mountcastle.
Come on, Mountie.
First
Ball one.
pitch just misses.
No base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Next offering is in
One
for
ball,
a
one
strike.
strike.
They say you win.
2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside. Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Come on, Mountie.
Gets a piece and stays alive. To third, Ramirez.
Come on.
Sends it across
He's
to
out.
first. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get
Up
the
next
out.
For the Orioles.
Jackson Holiday, the
Second
next to hit
baseman,
for the Orioles.
Jackson Holiday.
And there's a foul ball.
Let's go, Jackson.
Next offering is fouled back. 2 out, space is empty.
Come on, Nino.
Just misses.
That's inside.
It's a ball and 2 strikes.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Two down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And there's a ball.
Come on, Jackson. Holiday 3-2 pitch.
3-2 now. Up the middle. Rocchio on the run. Throw to first. And they get the out. 3 up, 3 down. For the
Now pitching
Coming on for the Orioles, Matt Bowman. He pitched yesterday, and we'll
51.
see him once again.
Matt Bowman.
Arias
Ball.
up for the 3rd time here. Watches
Ball
that
one, no
one
strikes.
miss. Not even
2 balls,
close
no
there.
strikes.
And that's ball 2.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against it.
Come on, Bowman.
2 strikes.
On the ground, right side. Whips it to Mountcastle. 1 up, 1 down. So digging in, John Kenzie Noel. And
Christmas.
first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Bowman, 33 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Foul ball. The Guardians with a lot of ground to make up, and we're at the top of the 8th. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Gotta love the
Now
over-the-shoulder
batting,
catch. I tell you what,
Miller.
those are really fun to make.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Bo Naylor. There's a strike.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
3 up, 3 down for
Makes
Bowman.
the grab, and that'll do it. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman.
And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Orioles, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Henderson.
Ground ball up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. On the money, nice play. 2 down, base is empty. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Ryan O'Hearn. Line drive, base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still
Out.
Oh, the tag, and he's out. And
That's okay. That's okay.
all set for the start of the inning. Stepping up for the Guardians, Brian Rocchio. Just off the outside edge. Ball 1. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Right there is Laureano. Drops into the glove. And there's one down. Here's Lane Thomas now. Just missed.
That two-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
Fires over to first. And Thomas is down.
Nolan Jones.
On the ground, and this should do it.
There we go.
On to first, ball game. And the Orioles finish off a 3-game sweep here in front of the home crowd.
So with this 6th win in a row,
3-game sweep with, I'm pretty sure, all 3 games being shutouts. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and you will get plenty more MLB The Show content.
A longer winning streak than it is right now.
10-zip your final in this one as the Orioles win this one for Chris Singleton.